My name is Georgiana Duarte, and I am an early childhood professor for most of my life. Before I became a faculty member at the University of Texas at Brownsville, I was the director of early childhood programs, as well as an early childhood teacher of young children. This podcast is about why early childhood development and education are so important. Early childhood experiences from birth to age 8 affect the development of a brain's architecture. And I hope that those who are listening, whether you're a teacher, a father, a mother, an aunt, or an uncle, I hope that you learn that these early years provide the foundation for all learning, for all future learning, behavior, and health. A strong foundation of early childhood education helps build strong children, develop their skills, and to become well-functioning adults. First of all, what is early childhood education? Early childhood education is simply a term to describe formal and informal educational programs that guide the growth and development of children throughout their preschool years, from birth to age 5. However, we truly need to really refocus on conception and support young mothers and fathers and their infants more carefully. Children at these ages are entirely dependent on their adult caregivers, which include parents, foster care, babysitters, extended family members, and teachers. Early childhood education encompasses a lot of different activities designed to promote children's cognitive and social development before entering kindergarten. A quality early childhood program really focuses much more than school and academic readiness. It focuses on the whole child approach that emphasizes mental, social, emotional preparedness. One challenge that many early childhood educators face, I believe, is the fact that their work is often dismissed or devalued as babysitting. Early childhood educators are not babysitters. They are quite specialized and committed to the well-being of young children. What we need to focus on in this podcast is that we really truly need our early childhood faculty across any country, including Nepal, to be well trained in all areas of development and education. I know that Kathmandu University and others are developing programs, but this needs to be nationwide. The misconception around what early childhood teachers do is really common. Often stakeholders, politicians, parents, and community members, even other educators, have the attitude that whatever happens in preschool really doesn't matter because learning only begins once they enter kindergarten. This is so far from the truth. Young children are incredibly impressionable and their minds are elastic, and they're constantly soaking up information from their surroundings and learning, from all of their interactions and experiences. Children are born to learn, and they are hardwired to perceive, imitate, experiment, explore, play from the moment they are born. What is the purpose of early childhood education? 0 to 3 Foundation in my country, the United States, considers the following skills to be the most important for young learners to master. But I know that globally UNICEF has focused on this as well. The 4 areas are language and literacy, critical thinking. This is basically children are born with a need to understand how things work. How does this work? What does this do? Self-control is the 3rd one. And the 4th is self-confidence. When children feel really competent and believe in themselves, they are more willing to take on new challenges, to take risks, to explore. The fact that all of these skills can be developed without homework or tests is still really difficult for some adults to believe. It is important to realize that through play, children can learn these skills and develop literacy, math skills, scientific skills, etc. Early childhood curriculums are set up to encourage young children to learn about themselves and the world via experiences through concrete interaction. Why is it important? A newborn's baby is about a quarter of the size of an adult brain, and incredibly, it'll double in size by the child's first birthday, and will have completed 90% of its growth by age 5. Think about that, 90% of its growth by age 5. During the early years, the brain is making millions of synapses every second. These are connections for them to grow and learn. That's a gigantic amount of growth. There is a very large body of research that suggests a high-quality early childhood program can have a positive long-term effect on the lives of children. We know this. Research has shown this again and again. Starting with the Perry Preschool Project in the 1960s, and we've had hundreds of studies to follow. The National Educational Association shows that children who receive a high-quality education before they turn 5 are less likely to repeat a grade. They're less likely to be identified as having special needs. They're more prepared to academically succeed in later grades, and they're more likely to graduate from high school. Children who attend a high-quality program are more likely to be higher wage earners in the workforce. We have a lot of scientific data about brain development at this age, but there is a huge gap between figuring out what these young minds need to thrive and actually making sure that our policymakers are listening. A high-quality early childhood program should have a small class size with low student-teacher ratios. Second, which I find incredibly important because I'm a professor, is well-prepared, well-trained teachers who provide engaging interactions in classroom environments that support learning. The third one is also incredibly important, is research-based, developmentally appropriate early learning standards and curricula. Nepal is formulating these early learning standards, and I wish you the best in this process. But these must be focused on the developmental needs of children and not political trends. The fourth one is assessments that consider children's academic, social, emotional, and physical progress. The fourth one is ongoing support for teachers, including coaching and mentoring. Teachers need support. They need mentors. And the last one is meaningful family engagement with a focus on culture, context, and language and geographical region. Nepal is a diverse culture and a nation with many cultures and languages and regions, and so this is incredibly important. I hope this made an interesting podcast for you to listen to of why early childhood education is so important. And it is not important just for one country, it is important for the world. So thank you so much for listening.